Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We rewrite the rules. The countdown has begun. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we're having troubles again this morning, but not that kind of trouble. This is morning where we are live, we are local, and here we are. I'm not myself, though. I'm somebody else. I was myself last night, but I fell asleep in my chair in front of my radio, and I'm changed. I can't tell you what my name is, as we just have no names, just call signs. I, like the modified, modernized version of the 18th century Rip Van Winkle character, have awakened from an extended nap. There is a definite difference between Winkle and me. I was only asleep periodically for about 2 weeks. Winkle was in a coma-like slumber for 20 years. I didn't end up with a foot-long beard, never cared for beards. Someone was keeping me clean-shaven, apparently. None of my guns have rusted. I keep them mostly clean, albeit they may have a little dust about, with a thin layer of oil over the metal and all working parts. My wife is still alive, unlike Mrs. Winkle. She is loving and not a nagging wife. My dog is still by my side. Treat your pets as family and your pet family as pets, and a better person you shall be. Interesting that once Rip Van Winkle awakened, the United States had formed and this country was no longer under the king's rule. Interesting, too, is the fact that we celebrated the 250th anniversary of the birth of this nation during the 2 weeks of our time in a land that time forgot. With that, I bid thee a wonderful day and extend my pleasure, having one and all join us this morning. Good morning, fair maiden. How beest thou this fabulous, fabulous day?
I'm doing fine. I'm just sitting here listening to you going like, Lord.
You haven't heard nothing yet.
Well, you started off the morning on the other radio like with some kind of ditty or something. And I was like, what in the world?
No, I didn't. I was just doing fine. I was just hanging in there this morning.
Everybody was like, what?
It was only you and one other person on there at the time.
That's everybody.
Yeah, I know. As far as you're concerned, that's all that matters, right?
Good morning. It's Friday. I'm so happy. TGIF and I am Lee Barrels and just can't wait to start the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they're going to probably come knocking on the door this morning. The little unmarked black SUVs.
Uh-oh.
What?
Why?
You haven't read the back end of your truck this morning, have you?
No, there's nothing on the back.
Somebody painted it.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
About 20 minutes ago.
I walked around it.
20 minutes ago?
Well, your alarm or your house alarm would have gone off. No, you're not going to fool me.
A real story right here in Jacksonville, followed with some words that I really hope that all of you pay attention to today. I got several things that I'm doing today.
Okay, let's do it.
There will be parts of what I say that you, many, if not most of you, can relate to. So getting the motor running first thing today with the question that late night talk show host Jay Leno, remember Jay?
Yes.
He asked Hugh Grant, remember Hugh?
Yes.
As soon as the English actor sat down in the guest chair back in 1995, he was just getting started then, pausing to wait for the applause to die down. The question from Jay, as Hugh sat down, what the hell were you thinking?
Yeah, I remember all that.
Grant had been accused of having sex with a prostitute.
With a prostitute.
Divine Brown.
Hooker.
No relationship. In a public place, the front seat of his car, on Sunset Boulevard in downtown Los Angeles just days earlier. Can't get much more public than that. And the tabloids and entertainment TV news was all over it like stink on you know what. No need for more gory details, I would hope, but AI can explain it to those who need more information. I was surprised but not proud of Grant for keeping his appointment with Leno just to get the question out of the way because you knew it was going to keep on coming. explain/defend himself, and then move on. He hoped
Right.
that was going to happen. Grant was known, but he wasn't a big deal in the industry. His appearance with Leno many people think about it, actually got his career spiraling upwards instead of plunging to the basement. At least Lady Divine was a pro and was over the age of consent. There are times, my idiot friends, when things don't work out that way, guys. Not when you're a middle-aged guy having sex with a young girl, one not even close to being a woman, legally or otherwise. 43-year-old John Fields of Onslow County is feeling the pain. He's in the slammer awaiting an appointment, not with Jay Leno, but with a judge here in Onslow County to hear everything the legal system has planned for his future. Initially, Mr. Fields faces several sex crimes with a minor, including having sex with a child who is 15 or under. The statutory rape is reported to have happened back in February. Yes, it is rape. Fields is accused of raping the minor and taking indecent liberties with a minor. Bond, while he awaits trial, is set at $250,000. Fields' only other run-ins with the law, he's, 39? It involved breaking into automobiles 10 years ago. He got a suspended sentence on those charges. No matter how many times men are arrested on similar charges, no matter how much publicity these men get, no matter the stigma, no matter how much time they spend behind bars in big boy prison, there seems to be nothing that will stop some men. Is there a sickness attached to getting older and wanting young girls? Is there a sickness attached to it? People say, that's just men. That's the way men are. No, it's not. Maybe Kelly could help us understand the mental part of this mindset. I, on the other hand, look at the other side, the criminal part. Is this worth the risk? Does it actually happen so much that you think that there's only a very small chance of getting caught? Playing the odds, are you? Well, listen up, idiots. I look at the criminal side, and I personally, along with a lot of my friends and former associates, don't care that your mother hated you, your father ran off with your older cousin and moved to West Virginia. We don't care. The only thing I'm concerned about when it comes to your future is just how much of the rest of your miserable life that we can eliminate for you. I feel bad for the good people you disappointed and hurt, but they're better off not having you in their lives. And this is not referring to Mr. Fields. This is referring to any of these idiots that do this. I do have feelings for the victims. There are two classes of those victims, and both are underage, and they're off limits. Period. One of those groups, not willing participants. It's against their will. But you either physically force them or shame them or take advantage of their weaknesses, which might include their self-respect. Matters not. It's rape. It's illegal. And it's your responsibility. A long prison term is the best you should hope for. A very short time behind bars would mean for fathers and brothers like me, your sentence could be different. Your birth certificate would become useless, and your social security, driver's license, and cell phone numbers could be reissued to other people. The second class involves the victim herself. Make no mistake, I am not blaming the victim. I will not blame the victim. They are too young to be blamed, but in too many cases, they have to accept a certain amount of responsibility. There's a difference. They're not to blame, but they do have to accept the responsibility for their actions. Too often, they are coerced into this type of lifestyle, often to be accepted by their friends. The law says they are not old enough. Again, they are not old enough to consent willingly to such an arrangement. They may say yes. They probably mean yes, sort of, but they cannot legally consent to participating in any illegal act of any kind. And in my eyes, that's all that matters to me when it comes to the other person in this criminal act. For the victims, help is needed as quickly as it can be arranged. That's where Kelly comes in. To the real friends, not the peer pressure types out there, the real friends. When you learn of your friends' situations, say something to someone who can and will do something. If you know what she's up against, what's going on, the pressure or the whatever, talk to someone for her. A minister, an adult at school, a police officer, because it's a criminal act. It's illegal. If you are a victim of a crime being committed and you can do something about it, and your friend is the victim, even if she is a willing participant, do something before it gets out of control. We read about those people where it gets out of control all the time.
Yes,
A lot
we
of
do.
times they find them in shallow graves.
That's right.
You'll hate yourself the day that something that can't be undone happens to her. If you see something, if you are aware of a crime, and especially if you know the victim, I cannot understand why you would not want to intervene. Say something. That's my beginning of today. That's why I have a headache, right? If there are those who have been victims, you are a victim, have been a victim, you remain a victim. Or those who knew someone who was a victim, willing or not, we'd love to hear your story. And we won't judge you here. We won't judge you. We'll sympathize with you. We'll try to get you the help that you need. If you ask us for it, if you request it, if you want us to do it, we'll intervene. 910-333-0139. We do know people. We know people on my side of the fence, and that's the criminal side. I know lots of them.
Right.
I know lots of them, and they feel the same way I do. And we also know people on the side that where they can help you personally.
Right. Yes, we do.
We know those people. Call us.
We have friends.
We have friends. Believe it or not, I have friends.
We have friends.
910-333-0139.
Sorry.
910-333-0139. Phone lines are now open. Remember, your story might be just what one person needs to hear. Your story could make a difference in another person's life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree to
Don't
that.
wait any longer. If you want to share it, that would be great. Whether it's about you or about someone else, that's great. If you
Right.
just need some help, reach out.
Please reach out.
You can find our numbers on Facebook. You can find our
Right.
numbers. You can send us messages.
or send us messages,
Yep.
whatever.
Not an issue.
Whatever.
We can get them.
I've had people, friends, and I have an open
I'll
heart.
bet you have. I know. Seriously, I'm not being funny. I'll bet you have had people that you knew who were in this situation.
And have called me in the middle of the night just to have someone to talk to. And I answer every time. And no matter who it is. And
Yeah.
people say, why do you sleep with your phone? I always have my phone next to me. For one thing, if there's an emergency, if I get a phone call, I don't want to miss it. And I have family. I have.
We both have families that
Yes,
we don't want to
and
miss any calls in the middle
That's
of the night.
right. And I think it came from all the years of taking care of my mother.
Yeah, that would do
You
it.
know, somebody needed to have their phone on in case something happened
Yeah,
during
somebody
the night.
had to be you, no doubt.
And so it was just a habit I got into, and I keep it nearby all the time. Plus, you never know when you're going to need it for something
Yeah,
else.
buddy.
Somebody last night, it was about 2:00 this morning. It was 81 degrees out. I was like, what? But I thought I heard my doorbell camera go off, and I'm like, okay,
Here we go.
here we go. And
Come
I
on,
checked
Bertha.
it, and evidently I was pretty much half asleep. So I think I dreamed it,
yeah.
but there was nothing there. But I'm like, don't make me have to get up.
Yeah, it's too hot outside
It's
for me
too
to go
hot
out there.
out. Absolutely.
And you know how hard it is to touch the barrel of that gun after it goes off 6 times and you reload it, shoot 6 more times. That's 357. Getting
Drop
really
that
warm.
empty, throw the new one in.
Oh, you're talking about the magazine. You're talking about the baby gun.
The magazine. Each magazine holds 10. So that ought to be enough, wouldn't you think?
Yes.
I have 2 of them.
Unless you were really, really bad.
Unless you're a really bad shot. Oh, yeah.
Now, you can't wait for him to get down the block and start shooting. You know?
No, I know that, Rayford. I'm well aware. I'm going to shoot him at my door and drag him in.
That's not. Oh, God.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Well,
I know the
do
laws.
something about scrubbing those scrub marks and the scuff marks off the
Yeah.
ground first.
Look, people think they're so smart, don't they?
I know. They're just wise.
That's just like I have been watching the preliminary hearing in the Charlie Kirk murder trial. And this is a probable hearing where they're listening to evidence. You would think they were trying the case right now with some of the lawyers.
They're trying to establish, the lawyer trying
But
to
they're trying to
establish some.
And then the judge will make a decision on September 1st. He will make a decision on whether or not it's to go to trial, which from all the evidence that I have seen presented, no doubt in my mind, no doubt whatsoever, that Tyler Robinson was the one that fired the shot.
Was he alone?
He was alone.
Was he alone in his planning?
From all the evidence that has been presented so far, yes.
Yeah, we won't know that part.
Don't start the conspiracy theories.
That's
Do you
not
know
a
how many
conspiracy.
conspiracy theories
There's no
are
conspiracy
out there?
theories. You just want to eliminate that possibility.
It was the government who did it, and and Candace Owens, who's a big political buffoon. She's
Buffoon
a
is big.
buffoon. Yeah, she's an idiot in my opinion, and she's been into arguments with Erica Kirk. And they sat down and had a meeting one time, but it's gotten worse since then. And Candace is claiming that it's all a lie, and
What's the lie that he died?
that this young man shot him.
Why does she
And
think? Why does she say it's a lie?
She said it's all a conspiracy
Why
theory,
does she think that?
and she thinks that
Thinking isn't part of what her.
she's put out so much BS stuff.
Like I say, thinking is not her best
BS
attribute.
stuff,
You understand?
Bravo Sierra stuff, and it's completely, and like I could be watching it, and okay, just for instance, the cartridges that they recovered at the scene, the ones that were used in the 30-06 that he used,
The casings.
well, they call them cartridges if they're spent and casings if they're not. This is what they described in court yesterday, Rayford. Okay. Anyway, I'm just going with what they said.
A casing is just the empty casing.
Right. And
Cartridges are full bullet.
That's what I said, yes. But on the cartridges anyway, on the cartridge itself, there was engraving.
Yeah.
All right. He had engraved some stuff
Somebody
on the
had.
cartridges. All right. They traced the tool back to his apartment. He used a Dremel. Now,
Smart.
could you, on a live round?
Good luck, dude.
Well, he used a Dremel, and they've got the shavings, the fragments, everything
It
matches.
doesn't. Nothing's in here saying he's smart. Okay.
No, he's not smart. He was not smart. They got the confession note that he left his roommate. They have so much evidence against this. I don't know how anyone can say it's a lie. I don't know how anyone, and that's just in the probable hearing. We've not even got to the trial
What
yet.
they're doing is trying to establish some credibility, and
Right.
they're going to use this for future witnesses on the stand to make sure that their stories stand up, that it holds water. You do this to create just a little bit of doubt, and it's trickery. Yes, it is trickery, but that's what the defense is working for.
Well, it's like I said, it's a probable hearing to see if there is enough evidence to actually go to trial,
Yep.
which is an overabundance, and they've not showed everything.
Yeah.
But it's been interesting to watch. It's interesting to watch. And the judge, I love the judge. He is trying to be so fair to both sides within law and protect the defendant's rights, but yet protect the right of the victim's family. It's so involved. But
Well,
when they were showing the actual shot that killed Charlie Kirk,
Yeah.
they wouldn't show that on screen for news media. It was only privately for right there, for
Yep.
the attorneys, because there's some things they're not ready yet. But the judge was sitting there watching it, and then when Charlie got shot, you see the judge flinched, and he regained himself real quick, trying to, but it was a shock that it was just, he was like, whoa. But he tried to maintain the best he could, but that went viral everywhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
how would y'all feel? So anyway, I don't know. I didn't mean to get off on that subject, but it's so fresh on my mind because I've been watching it every day this week. Today's the last day. So,
well, hearings, trial cases, and all that sort of good stuff are always interesting.
Yes.
And those that are on TV are much more dramatic, and because they're not going to cover a case that's going to be tried, and you hear it, the prosecution and the defense in one day, and the jury comes back before 5 o'clock. They're not going to cover those cases.
A lot of cases
You'll never hear about them. That's where most of the cases
dog bite cases. I mean, there's a lot of them out there.
Even murder cases. They're way too often. They're so cut and dried, and
those that you see televised by Court TV and other, news media and all that kind of stuff. Those are more of your high profile cases.
Those are the ones that take, when they take that long to set up all the cameras and stuff, they are planning on a long trial.
But yeah, they're talking about this one, if it goes to trial, which I'm sure it will take about 8 weeks. I don't know how. 8 weeks, but of course, with Catherine Nestor as his defense attorney, I can see it.
How long has this PC case been going on? How long have they been doing this now in court?
It's just been almost a year since he was shot.
No, since it's been in court.
Monday.
Okay, so this is fifth day.
Right, that's just for the probable hearing. But of course, they haven't. They just put in the main evidence. They don't have all the witnesses and everything, but it's just been. This is going to be big trial.
Probable cause hearings are supposed to be no defense type situation, okay?
Not in Utah.
Well, I mean, most defense lawyers do not want to show their hand as to what they're up to, because every time you can rest assured the prosecution is taking out as much information as they can to make sure that everything that is done and every question that the defense is asking.
Well, the defense,
they're gonna play it up.
So far in this probable hearing has consisted of, Your Honor, I object to that.
Yeah.
I object to that. I object to that. I object to that.
Which will be used
because we feel like that is going to taint a jury before we even get a jury, and we shouldn't be showing this to the public because we're not going to be able to find it. She's just relentless.
Well.
She does more objections, like I said, than Cooper does vetoes. It's just.
The good old Marine forecast today, proudly brought to you each day by the American Political Societies Network.
What?
Never heard of them, have you?
No. Who?
I just made them up last night.
Jesus.
A low pressure system passes north of the area, resulting in small craft advisory conditions across our coastal waters today. Small craft advisory conditions expected to redevelop south of Oregon Inlet. A backdoor cold front will push through the waters Sunday with northeasterly winds developing into early next week. Most of them have been from the west-southwest of late. Today, out to 60 nautical miles. Westerly winds 15 to 20 knots, becoming southwesterly 20 to 25. This afternoon sees 4 to 6 feet. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 20 to 25, sees 4 to 6 feet. Chance of showers with a slight chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon tomorrow. Sunday, northwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming northeasterly in the afternoon. You notice a change in the wind direction. There's going to be a change in the weather. Northeasterly on Sunday afternoon sees 3 to 5 feet. Showers likely with a chance of thunderstorms.
And today we have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Sunny and hot with a high near 98, and heat index values will climb as high as 105. West wind 7 to 10 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low around 77. Saturday, a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, increasing clouds with a high near 96. Heat index values as high as 109. And the chance of precipitation right now for Saturday is at 50%. And then Saturday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Chance of precipitation is 60%, and Sunday is looking at a very good chance of a good rain. But that's today.
910-333-0139. That's
right.
The number to call us. 910-333-0139. Call us if you want to chat today. Open mic Friday. Angela is back. Angela Engel is back in North Carolina. The 50-year-old woman appears in court here in Onslow County this morning to have the charges against her explained. She was arrested last month, one of two people who is listed as a person of interest in the disappearance of 84-year-old Katie Hyatt last October from her home in Swansboro. Engel and Thomas Engel were caregivers for Ms. Hyatt. Engel was brought back to Jacksonville earlier this week. That would be Angela. Mrs. Hyatt's decomposed remains were found in a storage facility in Cape Carteret several weeks ago. Angela faces initial charges that include failing to report the death, then disposing of the elderly woman's body. More will be coming out as details are released and the investigation continues. If you, the citizens of Onslow County, those folks in Swansboro, if you have any information concerning this, especially the days between October last year, when she was believed to just have disappeared until the time she was reported missing, that was in January, through her being identified as a person of interest and then disappearing. If you have any information about this, either for Angela or Thomas Engel, please contact the Swansboro PD, the North Carolina Bureau of Investigation. You can call 911 if you want to. You can reach out to Crime Stoppers.
Right.
If Crime Stoppers call somebody. Call somebody and provide them with whatever information that you have. You never know what information you have, what you saw in the middle of the night, what you may have heard on your Ring doorbell camera, had seen, and you just discounted it. You may have been awakened in the middle of the night by something that went bump, and you got up for a glass of water, and you may have seen something that you do not exactly recall. But if you can put a timeline to it and be as specific as possible, you never know how that little piece of information might fall into line and be the missing link.
The missing link.
There's always at least one missing link.
Well, I do want
we
to
have
say there's a memorial service for her on July 14th at Jones's Funeral Home on Hammocks Beach Road, Old Hammocks Beach Road in Swansboro. It's from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if you'd like to go and pay your respects, or you can go online to the funeral home and to her obituary and leave a message. But they said they have her passing away on October 20th, 2025.
Yeah, that's likely.
And they most likely, yes. And they have a full obituary on her. She was born in Holly Springs, North Carolina. She earned a Bachelor of Science degree in business education, and that's when she embarked on her career as an educator. She earned a Master of Science in Business Education from UNC Greensboro in 1978, and she served the schools for 40 years. After moving to Swansboro in 1994, she finished her work with the state of North Carolina at Croton High School, retiring in 2003.
Wow. Okay. Do not let her memory be lost. Okay.
Right.
That series of sound and light shows that crisscross southeastern North Carolina Wednesday sent one city, most of that city, into total darkness. About 6 p.m. on Wednesday, half of Kinston's business and homes, mostly on the west side, had the power shut down. It just went click, dark.
Wow. Like what happened to us last week here?
Yeah, but this lasted. 3 substations were knocked out, and investigators are reasonably sure it was due to intense lightning in the area.
Oh, my goodness.
About 6,000 homes and businesses were without juice for several hours.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know how hot it was at that point in time with no fans, no air conditioning? Even the cold water was probably hot.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It was too hot to be naked. Let's just put it that way.
How did I not know that was not going to come up?
What? Oh, Lord.
Oh my gosh. Good morning, Ward, Tom, and Tom.
Tom. There was a GPS unit made. It was the Tom, right?
I remember that.
Remember that?
The Tom.
And the Tom-Toms, of course, that was what the Native Americans had,
Right.
the Tom-Toms.
Tom. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Best I
It's
can do
been a
that.
long week. It has been a long week.
All right. Buckle up.
Uh-oh.
Get your fingers ready to do some dialing because I'm going to make some of you just as
Let me
mad
get my coffee. Go ahead.
as a wet hen. And particularly the judicial system, the good guys and the bad guys. Y'all going to both hate me. That means I'll be doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy was in his camper on a piece of property at 118 Plow Point Lane.
Yes.
That's off Piney Green Road. When he attracted some attention, and the Onslow Sheriff's Office sent a couple of deputies out there to check on what was termed suspicious behavior. If you see something, say something. Congratulations to whoever did. The deputies agreed with the assessment that something was rotten and was indeed suspicious after their initial stop. They put everybody on hold, say, just hang in there for a bit. Sheriff's Office Drug Unit obtained a search warrant for the property. The unit's report showed a variety of contraband was seized. 39-year-old Jeremy Robert Medina was arrested on a host of charges, including possession of methamphetamine, fentanyl, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. He's also facing charges of manufacturing fentanyl and maintaining a house or vehicle for drugs. Mr. Medina was jailed Wednesday under $100,000 secured bond. The Sheriff's Office encourages anyone with information about drug trafficking, sales, possession of large quantities to report it to authorities. You can submit your tips through the Onslow Sheriff's Office mobile app directly if you want. It's a free app, and all tips are anonymous. Not even defense attorneys can get access to the names or numbers of tipsters. You're probably familiar with Crime Stoppers of Onslow County. We talk about them on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. I've known Crime Stoppers folks in situations for decades, literally. You can also submit tips about criminal activity, people you suspect are in the drug trade, those who may be trafficking minors, fugitives from justice anywhere in the United States, and you don't have to give your name. You will not be asked for your name, but you will be given a code number. At any time after the fact, you can contact Crime Stoppers to see if your tip has helped. At such time that you learn that arrests have been made, wait a few days and then call back. If your tip is one of the ones or the one that proved valuable, sometimes they get multiple tips, the Crime Stoppers Board may approve a reward payable to you. How do I get it if they don't know my name? That's what you're asking. At that time, you will be told how to claim the reward. You will just need the code number you were first assigned. You'll be told to drive up to a particular bank in Jacksonville, give them your code number from the drive-thru, and they will verify and then hand you your reward. If you want to pay taxes on it, that's up to you. You will not get a W whatever.
W-9?
You will get the thanks of a grateful bunch of police officers and from all of us. Okay, now let's go to the case of Jeremy Robert Medina, 39 years old.
Oh, yes.
He can brag. He's got bragging rights of an extensive criminal record. Sit down. March 2006, 3 misdemeanors, possession of dope, carrying a concealed weapon, and possession of drug paraphernalia. On the same day, he was charged with defacing a serial number, a misdemeanor. Not sure what serial number that was. If it was a gun, it should not have been a misdemeanor, but we don't know. 2006, the same year, on 9/11, coincidentally, Medina was arrested and charged with selling narcotics. A few months later, in November, Medina was charged with common law robbery. All in the same year. That just meant he didn't have a weapon. Like the misdemeanors, the felony also got him a suspended sentence in Oslo Superior Court. Say what? Okay. During the time frame, Medina's probation was revoked on the misdemeanors, and he served almost 30 days in the county jail. During the next year or so, he was charged with speeding, driving twice with a revoked license, damage to property, driving an unregistered vehicle. He spent 3 long months in jail. Missed Christmas with his family, spent time with his cellmates. Had additional traffic infractions and registration issues, 2 more months in county lockup for that. Finally got to court on the felony charge of selling dope. His probation was revoked, and he spent 14 months locked away. For his common law robbery conviction, his probation for that conviction was also revoked, and he spent another 14 months behind bars. He violated a protective order that was taken out for him, a 50B. And he was arrested for that and possession of a gun by a felon. Oh, goody. Arrested for breaking and entering with the intent to terrorize, and he nets a suspended sentence for all of that in 2020. Somewhere along the way, Medina was arrested over a 5-week period of time in May and June 2020, charged with possession of a gun by a felon, 2 counts of assaulting people with a gun, using drugs twice, stealing a car, and for good measure, kidnapping. He served 25 months of a sentence that was given to him as a minimum of 40 months to a maximum of 5 years. He served 25 months of a minimum 40 months in prison. Okay, 4 months after that, he's arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia and possession with the intent to sell and deliver more drugs. Spent 13 more months in prison for that one. Was released in January of 2024 with his parole ending in October 2024. I dare say that the cost to taxpayers, not inclusive of actual days behind bars, for the arrests, processing, court dates, rescheduled court dates, rearrests, new arrests, more court dates, I can't even come up with an educated or semi-educated guess of what those costs are. And here we are, those who get caught speeding or any other minor offenses are assessed $180 or more just for the cost of court to handle our appearances or even our non-appearances, where we have to pay for those fines if we just plead guilty and pay the fine. My suggestion, ladies and gentlemen, is that defense attorneys collect from their clients the fees it costs the courts on a daily basis and the jails to handle their cases and hold it in an escrow account, just in case they're found guilty. The courts will never be able to collect any costs from the defendants, of course, after the fact. But I'm pretty sure the lawyers can, just as they collect their own fees, whether they win or lose. Now, if this individual is found not guilty, all of those fees, minus the lawyer fees, but all of those fees that have been collected in case he was convicted for court calls, arrest calls, processing calls, jail calls, all of those costs will be refunded to him. Wonder how much that would reduce our state taxes and our county and city property taxes if we made the bad guys pay for their own cost. Do you have a problem with that?
I have a problem with why it takes so long, why we spend so much money as taxpayers taking care of these people while they sit. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it, Rayford. I don't.
He didn't sit around and wait very long. He was tried, convicted, and given a suspended sentence time and again and again and again and again. But every time he was brought before the courts, he had to be fingerprinted. He had to be processed. Right. He had to do all that. It costs money. Every time he goes to court, his lawyer gets paid to go in and make a motion. Your Honor, we need to continue this for 30 days or 6 months, or can we do this next year, Your Honor? They get paid. The lawyer, the defendant pays them, right? Somebody pays him.
Right.
If he's indigent, somebody pays him. That would be you and me, y'all.
Well, let's just go and just look at the inmates that are currently housed in Onslow County,
Should be 400 and some.
and look at how long some of them have actually been there. I can't do all that right now, but
Some of the so you can do that with that app that we keep telling you about. Go to your app thing about Bobber's
that's
store.
what I just did.
Yeah, I know, but go to your app something, whether store, whatever is on your cell phone, and it'll take you there and just put Onslow County Sheriff's Office.
That's right. Yeah.
And go ahead and download. That's the one app on there that I will not live without. That and Radar. My Radar and that app are mine.
Yes, I love that Radar. Well, this is because this morning I asked you to look up someone because I read a story yesterday and I cannot find a story right now. It got buried. About an Onslow County middle school teacher who was arrested in December of 2019 and was charged with 2 counts of indecent liberties with a child and 2 counts of felony indecent indecency where she sent photos of herself to what you would consider minors, teacher versus student, etc.
You send it to Playboy or somebody
Yeah.
make the money on, right?
She was arrested, and from the story I was reading yesterday, that was in 2019, has yet gone to court. It's been postponed 23 times, Rayford. 23 times.
And do you know it costs us, we the taxpayers, money every time that goes to court because it has to be scheduled. They have to go in. They got to make a motion. It's got to be argued about, which they don't. Too often they don't. And so why are you in here this time, Mr. Attorney? Well, because I got a great uncle. He's got an ingrown toenail, and I'm the only one that can take him to the doctor. Okay. What? Right.
This involved 2 14-year-old male students that she had sent pictures to.
What is the enticement? Now, I've talked about it already, about what's the big enticement that older guys have for younger females. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I even coming from a male, I cannot understand that. Well, a woman? Is she does not have any self-esteem whatsoever? And I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about, we read about women every day. School teachers, all sorts of folks. Every day. Not just her. Every day.
Right. Male teachers
go after, I'm talking about the female teachers. I know
We're talking about the female.
The male teachers, the female teachers. What is the enticement? What is the challenge? What's the reason? How frustrated? How no esteem whatsoever?
How do they get to that point is what I want to know. They go to college, they get a degree in education, they start teaching kids, and the next thing you know, you've got these individuals who start having sex with kids. I mean,
and some of them are married women.
Yes.
Some of them are married female teachers.
Right.
Really gets me.
I don't know. I don't get it.
First of all, what people on earth are the biggest braggarts in the world? Teenage boys.
Right.
What do you think is going to happen?
Of course.
What do you think is going to happen?
They're going to talk.
Teacher?
Well, it's the anonymous tip that got her in trouble.
How long is it going to be before somebody will just spreads the word? It's going to spread. I mean, you know how rumors are in high school.
No, but I've gone back and I find no updated story to show that charges were dropped. I find no updated story that it ever actually went to trial. What I did find yesterday was a story, and that's what brought my interest to it, was saying that it had been postponed 23 times. I don't know that she's currently in jail. She had an $80,000 bond, and that was back in 2019.
Well, the uncle ran out of ingrown toenails at 20 times.
Yeah.
At 10 times. It's always got 10 toenails.
I have got to get the judge in. I'm going to do my best to talk to him this weekend. I know what
I want to know. And again, I think that this is a very workable solution here.
Yes.
You got to put, as a defendant, you cannot move forward at all. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to stay in jail until You pay your lawyer,
Yes.
who's going to put it in an escrow account.
Yes.
Whatever the court fees are, every time if he calls you on the phone, he charges you the
Of
bill's
course.
running, right?
Of
You know
course.
that. So if he can do that, why can't the state of North Carolina, i.e. Onslow County Sheriff's Office, the Onslow
Let's
County
just
Court System, and whatever else is involved, why can't they charge you every time you appear in court? Whether you're guilty or not, they get to charge you. If you're found not guilty, now your lawyers will keep all of your money that you pay him for his legal fees, but you will get all your money back if you're found not guilty. That should be the way it works, because you don't have to pay anything if you're found not guilty, except to your lawyer. That's between you and your lawyer.
Well, you talk about expenses. Okay, I was talking about the Tyler Robinson trial earlier.
Oh, God. help us.
Utah County officials have said that they have spent more than $250,000
That's cheap.
already.
So
That's
far,
$250,000.
that's
But
cheap.
they said that Commissioner Amelia Powles Gardner, who oversees county finances, told Fox News that this figure is expected to double by the end of the year and could reach about $5 million over the next year.
We tried a
and
guy in the
half.
late 70s, 74 maybe not late 70s, 74, 75. His name was Marcus Schrader. He was charged with 4 counts of murder, but he was tried on 1 count of murder. The trial started on a Monday morning. The trial ended on a Friday afternoon. He was found guilty and paraded a whole bunch of witnesses up there, and it was a done deal. What is the issue here? This was that Schrader case was as solid as it can be, but this case probably pales in comparison because we didn't have the data, the instruments and the technology to do it at the time. We had good old boy common sense. Here's what's happened, and here's the physical evidence, Your Honor,
Well,
including the stolen bank
I'm all
money.
for what you suggested the other day. Move traffic court somewhere else.
Yeah,
Move it to the commissioner chambers down there at the county building.
Move it to Western Boulevard where all the traffic occurs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Your
And you-
Honor,
and-
but
and you
I
got
was in a
plenty of
wreck on my way
And you
in.
got plenty. No, I got a ticket on the way here. You go. Okay, for a funny story.
That happened real quick. I have to tell you in a Zoom where this one gentleman who had traffic offenses and it was put on Zoom with the judge.
He was in his car.
his license
Idiot.
was suspended.
You're stupid.
And he was driving at the time he was on Zoom with the judge, and the judge said,
You're double stupid.
"Are you driving?"
I think
And judge said,
I've heard about. You told me about
You
that.
know, he said the judge ordered him, "Go get him, go get him."
Second story. At the county courthouse in Wilmington, they had their typical days in court, right?
I'm sure.
And the judge,
Yes,
he was a cool judge. He was my kind of judge.
I like cool judges.
And he had one of the bailiffs. He was a good friend of mine. He brought the sergeant in. He said, "Listen, here's what we're going to be doing today."
Mm-hmm.
Because I keep getting these people calling and complaining to me about people when I find them guilty or when their first day here and they don't have a driver's license. I've revoked it. They go get in their car and drive away.
Yeah.
The deputy said, "We can fix that." And so they got a whole bunch of the popo out there. And the deputy was up there with the judge. And every time that a case was, your license is suspended, or we're revoking your license, or you don't have a license, or you're coming to court, but you still don't have a license, yada, yada, yada. And he gets out and he walks out, and then the bailiff follows him out to the street, watches him get into a car.
Stupid as stupid
Leave
does.
a tag number, and he says, "Hey, this is yada, 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 yada." And he's on his way out, going out to Market Street, and he's turning left on Market Street, and there he is.
Could you imagine
And then
their
they
thoughts when they saw that blue light come on? Like, oh,
And they bring him right back before the same judge, and he puts him in jail. Same day for being stupid. until he could pay the bond. He had to get a
Sounds
bond
like
that
a
time.
setup to me.
Oh, it's just, you know.
What stupid is, stupid does.
If you, there's no setup if you're doing something,
They're doing something wrong. That's true. But, it's dumb.
nobody made you do it.
Well, I've got new news out of North Carolina from the DMV.
What's that?
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
I don't
Chris
ever have
Bird,
to get a
if you were
driver's license
listening,
again.
you need to call. The North Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles is ending the use of paper license plate stickers, the little stickers that you get on your plate, and paper registration cards as part of the state budget directive. This change is part of the broader move towards an electronic registration system. What's changing? No more paper stickers for license plates. No more paper registration cards. Instead, proof of registration will be available online, which you can view, print, or store it on your phone, Rayford.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
Registration
I can't get
fees
my
will
phone
still
up when
apply.
the time needs to come up.
The registration fees will still apply. That remains in place, and your vehicle has to pass inspection, of course. The new electronic system is still being developed with a target launch date of October 1st, 2026.
Here's my thing. I don't disagree with that concept.
Right.
However, if you have, when the man pulls you over,
Right.
or before he pulls you over, he's run your registration,
Right.
and that registration comes back as valid, then he knows that your car has been inspected and that you have insurance on it.
Right.
All of that's included in the system.
Right.
Why am I supposed to go looking in my phone for that information when I can't operate the phone under normal conditions?
Well, this is what you need to do. Once you renew your registration online and you get the confirmation, print it out, put it in your glove compartment. Now
But-
you'll have your own paper copy.
But if we're going to all of the expense of which we've gone to already to do all of this stuff online,
Right.
it indicates that it paid property. It
Right.
indicates that you've done all of that stuff.
Right. They should drop the price
There you go.
because they're saving a lot of paper, wouldn't you think, by not mailing out these registrations?
And when you just pull up to the car and it says, okay, this car is, everything is proper on this car. Here, let me just take a close look at it to be sure he hasn't defaced anything.
Mine's due
That's
the
all.
end of this month. I haven't paid it yet.
Uh-oh.
Now, I like to wait the day before, do it then.
And then we'll have a lightning storm and all the systems are knocked down.
No, it'll be fine. I always start a day or two before the end of the month. And then I print off where I paid it and my registration card and throw it in the glove compartment.
Mhm.
And it's legal. It's legal. I did it before the end of the month.
It's legal. It's totally legal.
I just don't want them taking my money and getting interest off of it.
I got so, I was stupid, okay? It had been a rainy season when I renewed mine.
Right.
And I got the whole thing in the mail.
Right.
The little sticker.
Oh, no, you didn't.
And I put it overhead on the visor. And 6
Yeah.
months later, I said, what's this? Nobody had stopped me.
Well, you know what I used to do back in the day? Like if it was due final day July
Yeah.
31st, I would wait to August 1st and pay it. That meant next year it wasn't due to August again.
Oh,
But they don't do that anymore.
That's right.
Now you get charged a late
Right.
fee.
now, for you guys with boats,
Get a free month. Nope.
for you guys with the boats, your registration, even if you do it in 1 year, I used to do mine 3 years, but I said, you know what, this is wrong. I do it once a year now when I use it, because if I renew it on January 1st, it doesn't expire until January 31st of the next year.
Right.
I get 11 months out of it. Then I can wait a day
See?
and do it on the 1st of February.
Right.
And then it expires on the 28th or 29th of February.
That's what I was doing.
Next year.
But
They
they
changed that on
the
you.
state
They
changed.
busted you.
I got busted.
So anyway, you
They
can
changed
do
it.
that. And
Right.
for instance, if you're a boater here and you may say you're going to use your boat 12 months of the year, but let's just say in October, November,
that
you
doesn't
don't.
happen.
You put her. Oh, a lot of people do, but you put her up.
Fisherman.
You put her up, and let's say you're Your registration expires.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'll renew it when I get ready to.
Right.
Because you can do it over the phone. You can do it immediately, right?
Is that more expense?
And then you just, come March or April, you decide you're going to take it out. You've just saved from October 31st until March or April of the following year,
Right.
all that money.
Now, when it comes time December 31st of that year, do you file it on your taxes? Because it wasn't registered.
On taxes, yes. It's registered. It's just not.
It's expired.
Yeah, you have an expiration sticker, but it's still registered to you till death do you part.
Well, we
you sell
don't
it.
have the inspection stickers anymore on the front windshield. Did away with those.
Oh, doggone it.
Now we're doing away with the license
I
plate.
always miss that inspection sticker so much.
But darn, I missed it by 3 or 4 months because mine is due now. So
It's your fault.
it's eventually going to get to where law enforcement's not even going to be stopping you over a license tag anymore unless they have probable cause or believe that, hey, I think I'll run this tag. But, and I
They
think
got
that's
a lot
why.
more to do, better business.
Right. And, but,
And besides, they'll get you at a traffic stop sometime.
but what gets me as now that you don't have to have one displayed on you, well, it'll be that way in October. Do you run more of a chance of people thinking, well, I don't have to have a sticker, and my insurance is expired, or no, I didn't get my safety inspection? Do you think there'll be more of that?
Did you hear about that flock camera system that they've got all over the place?
Oh my
And
gosh.
when you go by it, it says ding, ding, ding. That one doesn't have that
Yeah.
expired.
I say flock on. Put them everywhere, because
But it will
that's
save,
our
it'll save a
protection.
lot of money, save a lot of problems.
Yes, it's a very good
Now,
thing.
let's go back to the courts here for just a second.
Oh, yeah, let's go back to
Let's
court.
also just say that at the same time that all of this other stuff goes on, Mr. Chief District Court Judge and Chief Superior Court Judge, but particularly Chief District Court Judge, because they hear most of the traffic cases, right?
Right,
Not often does it get to Superior Court.
right.
But why not the city council, all the mayors we got in this county, and Mr. Foster, who's the chairman of the county commissioners,
Yes,
they, I think, should go to have a group meeting with the chief district court judge. So listen up, here's the situation. Take the school board chairman with you too. Here's the situation. Y'all don't have a problem when you find somebody guilty of a traffic offense, issuing them, like, you go pay cost of court.
mm-hmm.
But there's also a fine attached, a fine schedule for every offense.
Right,
Driving offense. Also, there's a certain scale
yes,
of fines, dollar figures,
right.
$100, $500, whatever. Instead of giving them the minimum or no fine, just pay cost of court. For a lot of minor things, they say pay cost of court, it's $180, and forget about that $15 or $35 or whatever.
Okay,
The county school system doesn't get any money from that. This county school system does get the fines, the vast majority, the largest percentage of the fines, not the cost of court, the fines that are issued. So how about the judges getting on board and issue a decree? We're going to fine every individual based upon his driving history. The more offenses he has, the higher he get, but everybody's going to pay a minimum, whatever the minimum is, and those who keep violating the law, they're going to pay more and more and more, and let them pay for our school system. That would help a lot. And I imagine all the fines, if everything that was collected by the courts would go to the school system as it's supposed to.
well, right now the rate of driving in this town has become treacherous.
That'd be a lot of money.
Yes, really, seriously.
Folks who say, I got stopped just because the city wants some more traffic lights, or they want some. No, those fines don't go for that.
Right.
There's a processing fee that the local police department gets, and that's it. The rest of it goes to the school system. So the towns don't make any money off of it. The Police departments don't make any money off of it. Highway patrol doesn't make any money off of it. Like $5, $10, or whatever it is, every fine goes to the arresting agencies.
I tell you what, it'd be nice if some of those fines would go towards repairing roads.
That's what that gas tax is for. And
Yeah.
we pay a lot of gas tax here.
Yes, we do. But you ever notice, because I've been traveling a lot over the last couple of months, and I've noticed coming from county to county, and I get into Onslow, and I'm like, yeah, Lord, bump, 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 bump. It's just, the roads are just bad.
Well, you know what? Want to know why?
Why?
It's the EV cars,
It's the what?
the electric vehicles.
Oh, here we go.
Well, think about it. What did I just tell you? Where does the money come from to pay for those roads?
But there's not that
No.
many.
Where does the money come from? The electric vehicles do not pay any gas tax.
Charge them a fee when they buy it.
Well,
They should pay a yearly fee.
There you go. There should
For
be an
use of
annual
the
fee.
roads.
There should be either that or a mileage fee.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been some talk about charging mileage.
Yes,
you
there
know.
has been.
Now, that'll stop gas guzzlers. But you stop gas guzzlers, you take gas guzzlers off the highway, and the state does not get the amount of tax dollars
It
from
just
a non-gas guzzler. If you get 30, 40 miles to the gallon, the state doesn't make as much money off of it as they do when you get 8 miles to the gallon.
How long ago can you remember that they repaved 258 starting right there at 24, 258, and 17 in the Triangle area?
I have no idea.
I can remember when they were repaving it, and go drive it now.
Well, you used to drive it a lot. I don't drive it.
Oh,
Hardly
yeah,
ever.
that's true. That's true.
You were a mail person, remember?
But
Well,
well, I was
letter
all over
carrier.
the county. Yes,
I don't drive those things.
U.S. female.
Yeah.
I had a sign once that said that. I didn't use it. Somebody gave it to me. I was like, no.
I got a picture of one of those little Jeeps or things you used to drive.
Right.
Those little 2-seaters, whatever. I had a picture where a rural mail deliverer lady, she had bought one on surplus.
Yeah, they are dangerous. They were a piece
They
of.
will roll over in a heartbeat.
We had a mail carrier in Kinston that got hit by a semi truck, and she was driving one of those.
Well, get hit by a semi truck.
It was bad.
Doesn't
It was
matter too
bad,
much
bad.
what you're driving.
Those little things are just tin cans. But you're talking about mail carriers?
But she had stencil up there where it said U.S. mail.
Yeah,
she had U.S. female. I mean,
female.
it was perfectly stenciled. I saw that and I said, wait a minute, that's a cool
Yeah.
picture.
I had like signs, magnetic signs. No, I'm not one big on stuff like that.
Always cute.
I just don't put stuff on my truck.
I think I sold that one to News and Observer.
I have to tell you about this story I came across, and it's about a mail carrier and an Amazon delivery person.
Oh, yeah?
This happened in Washington State. Go figure. An Amazon delivery driver in Washington State blasted a USPS letter carrier in the face with a pistol after
Blasted.
the postal worker
Shot.
got mad at him for taking up space in a mailroom. God. Blake Coleman, 27, smirked at the letter carrier before pulling out a .22 Magnum revolver and opening fire during an alleged scuffle. He shot me in the face, the USPS worker getters. After he did that, he stood over top of me for like 5 seconds and just stared at me. First of all, I mean, why was the Amazon worker inside the post office?
This happened inside the post office.
Yes, this happened October
Inside the business
2025.
section.
Right.
of the
No,
post
this
office.
is in the back room. He is facing
Well, that's the one in the
charges.
that's the operations.
The operations, yeah. He's facing charges of attempted murder of a federal employee, assault of a federal employee, and using a firearm during crime of violence. Prosecutors say the shooting occurred in a small mailroom at the West Mall Place Apartments in Everett. Okay, that makes more sense now, why the Amazon person was in there. Anyway, it's crazy. But the mail carrier lost his eye as a result of the shooting.
Oh.
He
my.
said-
So he's suing Amazon and everybody else, right?
Well, he's a federal employee and it happened on the job, so he's good for life. I got to the apartment to do my normal delivery like I always do. I had both sides of the CBs open, which are the central delivery boxes, which I had been doing for over 6 years now. I heard an Amazon driver pull up, and I normally wait for them to try to walk through. It's posted in clear sight that there's no trespassing while I'm in the process of delivering. He propped the door open, and I had said to him that I thought it was loud enough for him to hear that he had opened the doors, and you're not allowed to pass through here while I'm delivering. And he smirked, grabbed the rest of his packages, and just walked right through me. He pushed me back like 4 feet. Naturally, I defended myself, and I said, "What are you doing, man?" I pushed him back, and I said, "Get your hands off of me." So a little scuffle ensued before the Amazon driver pulled his gun.
I don't blame the mail carrier, the delivery guy. I don't blame him at all for wanting to fight back. But
Somebody shoves me.
But in this day and time, if it's easier, you know who it is. Go ahead and call the popo, have the dude picked up, put him in jail, and go that route, because you got him for assault, you got him for doing whatever, to pushing things, and then assault on a federal employee. I would do that. It's natural for men, especially men and crazy women like you, to want to fight back. Yes, it is, because you just said you would have been all over him.
Well, but it depends.
But for most of it, absolutely, you'll come up and start lumping back.
Yeah.
The problem is, even if you get the better of the other person and he's got a gun, then you're going to lose.
Well, listen to the defendant in this, Coleman, the one that pulled the gun, made statements that the mail guy was part of the mafia and might have been on some kind of drug that prevented him from feeling pain. Coleman further discussed his belief that the Federal Bureau of Investigation, known as the FBI, was targeting him and reported having sent multiple complaints to the FBI, only to have the FBI instruct him to stop filing complaints. What?
Probably he did. I mean, he's a tinfoil wearing guy, okay? Give me a break.
Obviously.
So, and that's the other thing. Even if he doesn't have a gun, if he's on drugs or if he's crazy, either one, they have superhuman strength at times.
Right.
These people can be very, very powerful.
Well, I understand what the mail carrier is doing. These things are called like neighborhood distribution boxes.
Yeah, I got that.
You open the back door and you got cut up, have up to 50 slots in there for people's mail. When a mailman is doing it, y'all need to stay back. Stay back.
Absolutely.
You know, and according to what this story said, that when he's got those open, there is a no trespassing. Do not come in there until the mailman's done.
You do not have the right to go up there and even reach into those open mailboxes to get your own mail.
Oh, it's mail theft.
Listen up. That's what it is. You're not supposed to do that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, what a story, though. I mean, Amazon and the mailman, Amazon driver and the mailman got into it. Guns involved. A gun
involved. So,
wow.
It's ridiculous to where we are, but, people grow up, be humans. And Amazon, here's what if this was a regular driver or a contract driver or whatever, don't know, do we? I know with all the stuff that I see
the
around
mail
here.
Carrier,
no,
the Amazon driver.
Amazon driver. We don't know whether it's a full-time Amazon driver or.
I don't know. Do they employ full-time?
I don't have a clue.
I don't have a clue.
I mean, they drive Amazon trucks.
Well,
farmers trucks, right?
Yeah, he said it was an Amazon worker, so you know.
So I
don't know.
Whoever does the screening needs to do a really good job.
Right. Well, yes. It's crazy that don't mess with your Amazon driver if he comes to the door and throws your package. Just quietly complain. Do not confront him. My Amazon driver, she's a young lady, and I like her. I've never talked to her, but just watching her, she does a very good job. And I saw her go up to put a package on the porch. And then when she walked away, she walked down towards my truck. They don't walk on the grass which I don't care if they do, but they don't. But then she went around the front of my truck, and I'm like, what is she doing? So I flipped on the camera, and what it was, the cat was on the porch. And when she walked up, the cat got scared and walked off and started, meowing. And she went over and was petting the cat. And I thought, okay, that was very sweet. But I was like, what are you doing? But yeah, I have a
suspicious creature, you.
Well, wait for somebody walks up.
The worst of everybody.
No, I don't. But if they don't take the sidewalk to the driveway, and they go in between your truck and garage door, you're like, what are you doing?
If you're not acting right, you're going to be confronted by me. Let's just put it that way.
Very nice young lady. I have to go out and talk to her one day.
Okay, we got a lot more to discuss. I got a little bit more to discuss. You got a lot more to discuss because I'm tired. But we'll do that when we come back
crazy
from weather.
story for you.
And you guys need to hold on just a minute. Hold on. Let's see.
What? I didn't see a blink. Did you see a blink? Are you okay?
Nobody there.
Oh,
Nobody there.
like what?
Where are y'all? Both lines are working. Operators are standing by.
Or Rayford, they're like the rest of us. We're all tired. The heat's worn us out. This has been a long stretch of
Call
heat.
us up. Keep us company this morning, if you would, please. Pretty please.
So what is the normal temperature?
Please. Yeah, before we do the weather, first, over there and where Lee lives this morning, it's 78 degrees at 5:25 this morning. 79% humidity, 29.95 inches of mercury, no wind. And she was soaking wet with sweat, no rain. Bill down in the borough, 79.9 degrees. That's pretty close to 80. 75% humidity, 29.62 inches of mercury, and no wind.
It's Tom Austin.
No rain. We'll talk about some of these other guys in just a minute. We got Tom on the line.
We got Tom on the line. Hey,
Tom's on the line. I called him out. I also sent him a note.
You did?
Yes, you did. I got it. You said call in so we can discuss certain things because you're tired of hearing your own voice.
I absolutely am.
Thank you, Tom.
You.
Well, Tom.
Our listeners, I want to hear y'all because you know what? I can throw all this stuff out here, but I sort of need to know what sticks on the wall.
Well, my question, I'm going to start out with a couple of different things.
All right, let's go.
You were talking about that one individual that had such a lengthy arrest record and
conviction record too.
Convictions and even taking out the driving things. This guy, in my personal opinion, has demonstrated that he is not capable of living in a safe society. And my question is to the judge is just how far do they have to go before they finally say, enough, you are not capable of being among civilized human beings. We're going to have to put you where you'll be a safe place for you and for the people in general. And I think they used to have that law. I don't know whatever happened.
3 strikes and you're out. I don't know where that went.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, that law, as it is, from what I understand, reading somewhere, is that police officers or someone within the judicial system came in and said this made the fugitives and criminals a greater danger because they knew that they were not going to get out, and therefore they were more willing to get into gunfights with the cops and risk death and rather than spending life in prison.
Learn to shoot better, carry bigger guns, and go armed and with a lot more people.
Yeah. But there's also the question about this, not voter registration, automobile registration.
Yeah.
What if I don't have an internet service?
That's right.
What if I don't want to download material?
There you go.
What if I don't want to do this? This is all the responsibility of the government to provide the documentation that they require us to have.
Good point.
So why are we being forced to take part in something that we don't want? Up to a point. This is a stupid action. They've got more than enough money to get this done if they would properly allocate their labor and go through and just say, these jobs are not needed. They're already covered under this area. So it's misappropriation of funds at the senior level that they're trying to blame on us.
Well, on the other side of the coin,
I'm not showing the cop
Rayford's
my
loving
phone.
this. I would say, Tom, on the other side of the coin, in answer to that, is that, and I understand exactly what you're saying, but in answer to that, we still have our physical DMVs that you can go down to the DMV. Of course, make an appointment 6 months in advance
Why should I
and
have to
go
do
in
that?
there and get your sticker. I mean, register your, renew your registration.
But you're not going to get a sticker.
What?
You're still not going to get a
Oh,
sticker.
I know, right? But at least you can do it instead of, he's saying, what if you don't have a computer? You can go online and renew your registration.
Mhm.
Go down to the physical building.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that what you used to do all the time?
Decades ago, yeah.
Yeah. And what do you do now, Rayford?
I call somebody and tell them to do it for me.
No, you go online and renew,
I
don't
call
you?
somebody to tell them to do it for me.
Well, you're still having to deal with the DMV physical
But-
building. But I get you, Tom.
Well, see, this is another thing. It's where you're not renewing your registration on everything every year. Some of these registrations are for multiple years now.
Yep.
So,
Boatladers or
now
whatever.
for your automobiles, they are. But yeah, either go stand in line, or have a friend stand in line, or close the DMV on Mondays and open it on Saturdays.
That would be good.
There's multiple things that they could be doing for this. They could mail it in and have it mailed back to you.
That's how we used to do it.
You know, let's get some exercise for the postal system.
Yeah, they need the money.
Yeah, there's just multiple ways. My objection to this is also, I'm not showing the officer my phone. I may have some pictures on there or something else that I don't want them sticking their nose into. I could have my financial records in there.
Yep.
It's none of their business.
I'm pro-police, and I'm not going to show them my
You are
telephone
making
without a
Rayford
warrant.
so happy right now.
Finally, Tom, where have you been?
Somebody who agrees with him.
Well, yeah, but then there's also, dropping into one thing. I'm going to drop into something that's very basic. It's
Okay.
very,
Let's do it.
because makes some people uncomfortable. Rayford was saying, what are these people looking at these guys look at these younger women
Mhm.
or older girls with lust in their hearts? This is where it separates human beings from animals. It is the back end to the very bottom of your brain, the reptilian section that looks to where a 35-year-old will look at a 16-year-old, and he's not looking at a girl, he's looking at a animalistic breeding partner. And this is where we are humans, and we override that and say, this is someone who needs to be protected. And that's what we should be doing.
Thomas, here's going to be the problem that's going to be faced if you ever try to bring that up in court. Your Honor, this man is not really a human being, and he should not have to abide by the laws of this country. He's an animal. By the definition that we've just heard, he is an animal and does not have to conform the same way that normal humans have to. Can't you imagine the ACLE doing that?
My answer to that is very simple, and you just walk right into it.
Boom.
If this is not a human being, we keep dangerous animals in cages.
No.
Prison.
There you
Right.
go.
Bam.
Bingo.
Throw away the key.
I like Tom.
I knew you're over here just so happy.
I am.
You're smiling so big, and you're like, yes,
I'm as happy as a
finally.
pig and slop.
Well, you're talking to somebody who believes that child molestation and rape are capital punishment crimes.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
and I personally believe in poke hangings.
Yeah, get 24 hours to get your affairs in order because you're going away.
Yes, no trial,
Well,
nothing.
I'll give them a little bit longer to have the case reviewed by their system and get that done. But
36
they
hours.
don't need to have a year.
No.
In 20 years, and you said that woman has been bouncing courts for how long?
Since 2019, she's been waiting to go to trial.
2019.
Okay, then the question comes up: who is doing the trial delays? Because if it's her people that are doing it, then they can't do anything and it gets continued. It shouldn't, but it does. If it's the district attorney doing the trial delays, then that's a failure to a speedy trial, and she needs to go ahead and apply to have that charges dropped.
Yeah, that's not going to be
I'm
the
going to
case.
ask this weekend. What to find out?
Pretty sure that won't be the case, but guarantee you it will be. And it's just not convenient. It's snowing. My uncle, he's he's got a grown toenail. I got to take him to the doctor.
Well, we know.
Oh yeah, my client has a doctor's appointment. He got a bad tooth. If I'm going to trial, yeah, I'm gonna have a tooth removed before I get locked up.
Yeah.
Well, we know during the time that she was arrested, at the time she was arrested, that we were entering the COVID phase, and a lot of courts were postponed and got backed up. But that's been a long time ago. 6 years.
Yeah, I've never understood that anyway. We've been holding court where people were doing it by teleconferencing with visual aids because they were a threat to other people in the courtroom. We've been doing that for a couple of decades now.
Let me ask you this. Do you think we did not arrest anybody during this time because we were afraid of getting COVID? No.
Well, I know Roy Cooper let him free.
Well, any old excuse, let him free, cut him free, Cooper.
Yeah.
Have you seen
we gotta let him go.
Have you seen his ad that he's running on late night TV or whatever else all those channels are? He said, "I am Roy Cooper, and I was a prosecuting attorney, and I put lots of people in jail. I would really."
Okay.
I'm not sure why these people have not taken advantage of that opportunity. How many people did he actually try? How many cases did he ever actually hear as a prosecuting attorney? And then how many of those individuals were found guilty, put away, and compare that to the number of people he turned loose in one day?
We had under Roy Cooper at his end of his time as Attorney General, the highest number of untested rape kits in the United States of America.
Yep.
They had them in there so long they've been in there a decade.
Yep.
People walked free because they
committed more
could
rapes.
not be tried, and yet they want to claim, and then what's his name, Stein, wants to come in and claim, look, I cleaned up this mess after he was sued by the Republicans in the state legislative body and forced to clean it up and had to send it out to private things. Roy Cooper was a failure as Attorney General.
They need time.
He was a failure as governor.
I sent him a letter when he was Attorney General, and I told him how much of a failure he was when they came up with the do not call list.
But you got an answer?
And
No.
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah, but it was a form letter.
Oh, yeah.
It was a form letter.
Yeah.
But it said the same thing. All you have to do is submit your name and your telephone number, and we will make sure you don't get any more phone calls. I said, one and done. It's a joke.
Yeah. Notice how that excluded politicians?
Yes, I did. Because I listed all of them.
Jay, I gotta find what John Kennedy said.
What? John Kennedy? Oh, Senator? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He was I like my Senator John Kennedy, not the other one, this one.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, the Southern boy?
Yeah, Louisiana man.
Yes.
Louisiana. I hate to be on his bad side and him.
He
asking me
is.
questions in Congress.
I would vote for him for president just because I like the way he
I do
talks.
too.
It kind of reminds me of the old Jesse Helms. Where
It does. Absolutely.
When we were living back in the country and we
Here
had
it is
this.
right here.
Jesse Helms, the guy, I'll never forget him. And I met him and I got photos of him. But he said one time, he said, I don't know what y'all making this big deal out of building a zoo in North Carolina. Just put a fence around Chapel Hill.
Tom, this is what he said. This is what Senator Kennedy said. I saw this yesterday. I about fell off the couch. He said, he shows a picture of a brain and he's got a prompter there and he's showing different parts of the brain. He said, the brain starts working in a mother's womb and it doesn't stop working until you get elected to Congress. And I'm like,
I like him even more.
he is, I want to meet this man. I really do.
I wonder if we could get him on the phone one day.
I was just thinking, I know some people.
Let's just work on that.
Let's see if I can work on that.
We got a whole support. We have a support element here in eastern North Carolina. We just love to talk to him.
I might do him as bring it up to see if we can get him as a guest speaker at a Republican event.
Oh,
You wouldn't have enough money.
Wouldn't have enough room.
First of all, the local GOP would have to do a huge fundraiser, and I don't see that happening. But anyway, and it would probably cost you, because I imagine, because in the past we tried to get speakers like that, and it's $15,000 to $25,000 to get them to come speak.
Oh, I know a couple of owners, don't you?
Hey, how would you? Yeah, no. Would you? How about Candace Owens? What do you think about Candace Owens? Please tell me.
No. Don't get me into that argument.
Yeah, she's a nutcase.
I'm just wondering what point she was dropped on her head.
There we go.
Thomas, I threw out something this morning. I said, we have an attorney representing accused, right? It happens all the time. The attorney, they always continue to get their money as they move along. They get paid as they move along. They don't work for nothing on a promise of future payments. Very little does that ever occur, and they don't get very far behind. Now, the state of North Carolina has a lot of expenses every time they try somebody. Now, if somebody, and because everybody is presumed innocent, you can't charge them as you go along. But the state of North Carolina could make sure that the attorneys, that the state of North Carolina informs the attorney how much every day that this trial takes, or every day the process is, or every time there's an arrest or rearrest, how much the processing fees are, what it's going to cost the attorney when this case is over with, if that client is found guilty. And therefore, the attorney might want to consider charging his client that fee as they go along, put it in a separate account, and then if he's found not guilty, he pays it all back to him. If he's found guilty, that money goes to the state of North Carolina, the county courts, the whatever, the sheriff's office, anybody that makes up everybody involved in it, they get their money.
You're talking cost of court.
That would be the cost of court.
Not the cost of the attorney.
That would be
the defense attorney.
That would be the cost of the operations. It would be more than just the cost of court, because there's a lot more fees than just the cost of court that goes into getting one defendant in court.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from jail fees to whatever.
If you're seizing his money before conviction, then you've convicted him before. It sounds like a good idea, and it sounds like a bond as much as anything else. But you're also forcing him to pay for something that he has not been convicted of doing.
Well, you're forcing him to pay his attorney. His attorney is forcing him to pay it.
Well, that's a question of what's the proper terminology? Honesty in pricing. And we can't get car salesmen to do that. So how are we going to get lawyers?
Go with it, Tom.
I think that if the cost, since we cannot, they do not. If you go to court, you get a charge of speeding or whatever, you're going to pay $180 cost of court. Period, right up front. When you're found guilty, $180 just for cost of court. That's the cost.
Last time I went to court, it was
$15. It used to be.
Wait a minute.
Used to be $15.
Last time I went to court, what did you do, Tom?
Nothing. He was innocent.
No, I stacked up a few speeding tickets. It was back when I had when I was younger, and it was a 1969 Navy Sprite, and would get out in the dark of the night in Greensboro, and West Market Street was a pretty good place to line that bad boy up.
I had a 69 442 Oldsmobile.
Ooh, I would have hurt myself.
Okay, boys. Okay, let's get back.
Anyway, but we do pay cost of court. It's $180. If you're found guilty of a driving offense, it's going to cost you $180. The court's going to take care of itself. Now, that's not the fine. But if they can charge a cost of court to operate the courts for a driving offense, $180 a pop per person. How many cases do they handle in traffic court a day? A lot. So, but that cost of running the court is expensive. If the running a court is expensive to operate, to hold a 10-minute trial for somebody for a driving offense, How expensive is it to have a jury, to have the bailiffs there, multiple bailiffs for a murder trial or a serious court trial where security is an issue? How expensive is it to run that court?
Oh, I totally agree. Collect the fees, collect the cost.
Yeah.
My thing is, when do you collect the cost? You're suggesting a prepayment on a trial that has not taken place, that you have not been found guilty of.
No,
And my suggestion would be, at the end of the court time, if you're found guilty, you have that payment in addition to whatever sentence you get.
My thought process is, which I probably didn't get across here, my thought process is the court will not charge the defendant this cost of court. The court will charge the lawyer. Therefore, the lawyer, of his own free volition, can tack on the, just in case they find you guilty and I lose this case, I'm going to go ahead and charge you every time I have to go to court 23 times to request continuances and yada, yada, yada. And I will hold that in a file and give it back to you when you're found not guilty, or I will turn it over to the court system if you are found guilty.
Well, that's lawyers' fees, and they do that anyway. Well, they don't hold the money.
That's right.
Well, they can go in and they could say, I can continue with your case, but you're costing me a lot of time and money, and I need more payment right
That's
now.
right. That's what they do.
Yeah, but I'm not sure it's the lawyer's position to collect prepayment on possible fines by the court.
Well, they don't have to, but they just have to pay the fees if they don't collect them.
So the lawyer doesn't pay the fees.
Well, if we change the system, it would.
You can have the lawyer start paying the criminal's fees.
Have to pay the cost of court. That's not a criminal's fee.
Oh.
That's the cost of court.
Oh well, this is where the judges need to start saying, you've had 6 months to get this ready. You will be in this courtroom tomorrow morning, and you will be ready to defend this person to the absolute ability. We're not going to cost the courts any more money. We're not going to cost the defendant any more money. You need to get off your keister and do your job.
Or go to jail.
Yeah, tell them, or more importantly, have their license suspended.
That would
Failure to carry out their judicial duties.
Yeah.
Have their license pulled.
Oh, that would be a fun thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you think they'd
Most
get off their
definitely.
keisters and start doing their job?
A few would. Others would just quit doing that kind of work.
Then we don't need.
Then everybody that comes before them, we just consider them guilty, unless proved otherwise, right?
No, you still have to supply some lawyers. It's just, do we need the ones that aren't going to be doing their jobs?
No, we don't.
So, because we're guaranteed to have judicial support for the defendants to ensure we don't have lynch mobs or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm in full accord with a defendant getting the best defense that he or she can get. But unfortunately, it comes down to the best defense that he or she can afford, and too many cases. And you know, sometimes the best defense is going to be a very expensive lawyer.
Oh, yes.
You know, if you,
The best medical treatment is going to be a very expensive doctor.
yeah, absolutely.
The best construction on your house is going to be an expensive brick mason.
Absolutely.
So,
You pay.
Yep.
You get what you pay for.
yep.
Okay. All right, Tom. This
Tom.
shall continue.
You made Ray for this morning.
You did.
You did. You just don't. You couldn't see how
You
happy
have
he
no
was over here.
idea how happy I am to hear that. So, but this shall just be the first of many.
Yes.
Well, when you call in something that trips a trigger on me, then I'll be calling in and let you know.
Okay, you just let me know
Thank
what I
you,
need
Tom.
to trip, and I will pull that trigger in a heartbeat.
Yes. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you,
All
Tom.
right, y'all
Have a
take
great
care.
weekend.
Yeah, you too. Be safe.
God
Bye.
bless.
See you.
Thank
God
you,
bless. I do like him.
Hey, he's a great guy. He really is. I've known him for quite a while.
I like him. I like
He's
him.
the type of guy too. If you said I need help doing something, he'd come right over and do
I
it.
guarantee you, he's the kind of guy that most of our folks are out there.
Oh,
They
yes.
feel the same way. We
Yeah,
just don't hear
exactly.
from them, and I really wish they would have the same enthusiasm to get up and go. Not the guts, because they've all got guts. I just wish they would have the same enthusiasm.
Can anybody put a new belt back on riding?
If we have anybody out
Change
there,
the waves.
if I do need somebody to work on. It's probably not that serious, but back in the day, I would have turned it over and done it myself. I'm
Right,
sure.
right, yeah.
But I got a 30-inch, 42. I got some kind of a big riding lawnmower. It's not one of
Right.
those zero-turn radius things. It's a regular, like a lawn tractor. I can't think Sears used to call them. It is a Craftsman. It's only a couple of years old, but for some reason, it slipped a belt or something happened,
That's what
and
mine
it just
did.
quit turning
It's
around and
not
around.
even a year old.
It's not the drive clutch chain or anything else, because I can put it into gear and it's
Mine
not
too.
real loose. It doesn't slide back and forth. It just, when you do, it sounds like it wants to, the blades start turning, but there's nothing there to go round and round.
Slipping, yeah.
And when it quit working, I was right in the middle, and there was nothing there. It didn't hit a log. There was nothing there to hit. It was just regular old
Yeah.
grass.
No, that's
It
what
just
happened to me.
blew it. But
I engaged
I
the
cannot-
blades and I heard a pop
I
and
cannot lift this thing up, and I'm not gonna.
no.
And crawl under it like I would have at one time.
I'll give you the name of my guy. Let's see how it turns out.
Okay. Tell
And when
me.
it's coming to pick it up and fix it.
All right. Today, out to
All right.
60 nautical miles, westerly winds 15 to 20 knots, becoming southwesterly 20 to 25 this afternoon, seas 4 to 6 feet. Saturday, tomorrow, southwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots, seas 4 to 6. There will be a chance of showers offshore with a slight chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon tomorrow. Sunday, northwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Winds are going to be starting to switch around on Sunday to the northeast. Showers likely with a chance of thunderstorms.
Today we have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, sunny and hot with a high near 98. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low around 77. Saturday, a 50% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, cloudy with a high near 96. And Sunday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. We're looking at 80% right now, with a high near 88. And I did want to say that the average temperature in Jacksonville, North Carolina during the month of July is 90.
That includes the overnight lows of
Why are we
hot.
doing this 100?
Okay, looking around our neck of the woods here too, continuing this morning. Of course, we talked about Lee. Ward down in Cedar Point had 82 degrees this morning, 76% humidity, 30.02 inches of mercury. Winds were out of the
Right.
southwest. He had a little breeze going, 3 to 5 miles per hour. Richard over there in Maysville area, just in Jones County, just across the border in Jones County out of Onslow, 79 degrees, 82% humidity. He could see 9.9 long miles away. That's what the visibility is there, was there, 29.95 inches of mercury. He said it was calm and clear. Oslo Bay, Ken called in this morning, said it was 81 degrees, 74% humidity, clear. He had a light breeze out of the east, about 5 miles an hour estimated. Randy in Southwest, 78 degrees, 88% out there on his riding machine, also known as a golf cart, with Boomer, his sidekick. I think Boomer was actually driving this morning. 29.94
Where is that?
inches of mercury. Westerly winds at 3 to 4. If the dog is driving, can they give the dog a ticket, and can they give the driver a ticket for allowing an unlicensed
What's a
person to
golf
drive?
cart?
They get tickets on golf carts.
Well,
Oh,
is
yeah.
there, but not for not having a license.
Oh, you haven't heard the latest.
Oh, stop.
Carol in
Oh, my
Regal and River Bend this morning, 77 degrees, 85% humidity, 29.99 inches of mercury. It's hot out there, folks. Southwesterly winds. She said they were light there in River Bend this morning. Here this morning, we had winds up to 12 miles an hour. We had some
Yes.
blustery conditions a little bit earlier this morning. I saw the trees over there wiggling a lot. So we had 12 mile per hour winds. They were out of the west and southwest. They're now switching around to the southeast right now, with current temperature 84 degrees here at the studio. 77% humidity, been dropping, 29.91 inches of mercury, holding pretty steady. And I've got nothing in the rain gauge. Yeah, so, yes, I'm going to go check my rain gauge and see if I can fill it up with something.
Yesterday morning, it was when I did my report, it was 0. And then when I had come home and was in the house, it was about noontime. I looked up and it showed 0.01. I do not believe that was a direct cause of anything falling from the sky.
No, that
was nothing.
That was for birds.
And no, it could have been sweat.
From
it
the
could have been
birds?
sweat. No, just the
From the
humidity
birds?
out there
Oh.
was just
You
insane.
call it sweat, we call it humidity.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't sweat. I told you I glisten.
I'd be glad you're not a Democrat.
Well, I'm always glad for that, but
The
why?
Pitt County Democratic Party says the candidate representing District 6 will withdraw from the race following his arrest on
yes.
charges of secret peeping.
Yep.
On the 30th of June, William Liam Schuler was arrested by Pitt County deputies on one count of felony secret peeping. Warrants say Schuler used a device to take a photo of a woman without her consent on May 1st. We won't go into too many details here. Schuler ran uncontested as a Democrat in the District 6 primary, so he became the nominee for the fall general election. This sounds like the Democrats back when Biden.
Sounds like
Had
what
a
happened
problem.
in Kinston over the
The
primary.
Democrats in a news release said that our party expects candidates for public office and all elected officials to meet high standards of integrity and accountability. And when circumstances arise that could undermine the public's confidence, we act decisively to keep the focus where it belongs on earning the trust of the voters and delivering results for the people of Pitt County. The guy resigned. He backed out. He pulled out. He was the nominee.
Right.
Now what are they going to do? If it was a Republican, what's the process at this point in time? Trying to find somebody else to run in that person's place. Was there even a second place Democrat candidate?
I don't know.
I don't think anybody
know
else
how
was
that
running.
would go. I really can't give you a straight answer. I know in the past when we've gone to fill vacancies, and this was an elected official, and if they were a Republican, we handled that. And the time I did it, I opened it up to anybody and everybody, and we vetted you and picked the best person that voted on the best.
But-
And other times there has been where the first loser was given,
Second place.
yeah, it was given the opportunity to fill the vacancy. So, and you know, there's pros and cons. Way I did,
Okay,
Pros and cons on
were
the other
people
way.
who were in office, right?
right?
Now,
But as
how
far
about somebody
as
who has not
someone
been
running,
elected, this person is the nominee, was chosen by the people in a primary. He's not elected.
I would imagine
to
the
office.
party would put somebody up there, just like they did with, like, now this is on a state, U.S. level, national
They put
level,
Kamala in.
when they put Kamala in.
How'd that work out for him?
How'd that work out? Exactly.
Does anybody want to step up over in Pitt County? I wonder if anybody over there wants to step up to the.
And what was he
I know
running
what-
for again?
Oh, he's not a Democrat. No, he was running for District 6.
District.
I guess that is probably a state house position post.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll have to research and see who is in there now.
Yeah, do that one.
think-
That was. We need to follow that one.
Isn't that district? Is that Jimmy? Let me see.
Don't know. The nominee is Schuler, and he's a Democrat. I don't know who holds the seat right now. And
I think,
whoever
okay,
it
let me
is is probably
see.
celebrating. Said I told you so.
Me, below is a list of current representative. What? And then it says not listed. Okay.
Schuyler is
No,
straight
I'm
spelling too.
looking
Liam.
to see
William.
who is in North Carolina
William.
House District 6. I want to say, I think I know. Okay, good Lord.
Oh yeah.
How am I supposed to? I have to go through
Felony
this-
secret peeping.
Yeah, I saw that on the news, and I was
Yeah,
like, no, but you know what, Rayford? It's not just Democrats. We got a lot of Republicans in
Oh,
the past
yeah.
that have had to say bye-bye,
Oh, yeah.
give up their dreams of
Why do
being.
you do that? If you want to get out there
It's
and,
so
and
stupid.
represent, why would you even risk
Jimmy's District 4, I
doing
missed it
something
by 2.
that just, what is, God, isn't there enough stuff on TV? Isn't there enough? Yeah, just regular old TV. You can find probably anything you want to, right?
Right. I'm not going to look at that. That's way too long. Exactly. All right.
Pitt County Commissioner got charged with secret peeping. That was 2 days ago. Ran uncontested. Yeah, he didn't have anybody running against him in the District 6 seat for Pitt County Board of Commissioners. That's what it is, not his county commission race. So
Okay. All right. Board
So
of
it's a county
Commissioners.
commission race.
Oh, it's Chris Humphrey. No, he's District 12. Well, why is it?
District 12.
That's Chris Humphrey. Never mind.
This is district seat in
Yeah.
the Pitt County Board of Commissioners.
That's why
They have wards.
it's wards. Yeah, okay, that's why he's not sure. I was like so confused here.
And he withdrew. He's
Yes,
not,
I saw where he withdrew.
The folks didn't kick him to the curb. He
Well,
withdrew.
we didn't talk about it yesterday, but Graham Plattner has pulled
Well,
himself from the
said
main
he
Senate.
said he was going to, and everybody
Yes.
else said he was going to.
And I don't know if you watched his video where he announced his quitting the race. At first, he got into it and he got teary-eyed. You could tell he was choking up. Then he got angry, and then what? Oh, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
Democrat candidate for Pitt County Board of Commissioners. Not
It looks
anymore.
like a member of the KKK or something. I'm telling you.
What the Hell's Angel was.
Hell's Angels, something. But yeah, and the more I listen to, I mean, if I actually believed that he was innocent of everything that came out, I'm not saying he was guilty of any of it, but just reading the history and reading some of the stuff that he's posted, I didn't particularly care for him. But listening to his speech the other day about why he's pulling out, I still couldn't feel sympathy for him. I just felt like he's very dramatic. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see who they throw back in there. So it's going to be interesting because, Susan Collins has held that seat for many, many times.
Yeah, and sometimes she's not in favor with the president or the Republican Party or whatever. So
it's hard to take out an incumbent.
Yeah, but
unless
it was probably, if it was going to happen, would have happened this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they're going to do now. What can the Democrats do now? They've been pretty well tainted.
I believe it would be well, I know that here in Onslow County, that if we have an Onslow County commissioner or an Onslow County Board of Education member step down, and they are elected. Steve's on the phone.
But that's after they're already in office.
Yeah. Right. The party itself picks who goes back in. Now, as far as someone that's running for the race, let me do a little research.
I think we ought to send Steve up there to run for that office. Steve, I nominate you to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of this Democrat candidate up there in Maine. What you think?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know that I'd want to move to Maine even if I was going to be an ice cream tester.
Well, couldn't you do it from here? I mean, remote. They do everything else remote these days.
I'm kind of a homeboy. I got to admit, I'm a homebody.
Well, sure. They got lobsters up there. Lots of lobster.
You know what else they got up there?
Cold. Well, here's the way you could do it. You could do 6 months there, 6 months here.
Yeah, I believe I'd freeze in the summertime up there.
I've been up there in Maine in October. It was really nice.
Did you lose something? Were you looking for it?
I found a wife.
What took you up there?
That's where we did our honeymoon, Baja, because I always wanted to go to Maine, but I wanted to go to the coast, so I went to Baja. That's how you pronounce it. It's Baja. And they got right there.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Eating at the lobster pounds. That's what they call those restaurants that serve lobster. And right there on the water.
It was called.
Actually, the restaurant was built over the water. It was magnificent, wonderful, beautiful.
I'll tell you what keeps me where I'm at is I don't like law. So that keeps me firmly planted below the Mason-Dixon line.
I really don't think I've ever heard anyone say they would rather have catfish than lobster. So I'm
a strange bird. I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
Okay.
When I eat seafood, I like it to taste fishy. Ocean stuff. I like flounder and I like mackerel, king or Spanish. But that's about as extravagant as I get.
Okay. Yeah. I like lobster. I like. Do you like crab legs?
No. Yeah, I'm not even a huge fan of crab in general. I do like crab meat when it's in stuff, but as far as having to sit there and like bust the crab open, yeah, I'll pass. I don't even like to have to peel shrimp. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, now we got the picture. You're lazy.
Yes, yes. I've told you that so many times, man. I don't know how you just came across that.
I know I didn't come across. You now have firmly convinced me that you have not been lying to me all these years.
No, sir.
He's lazy.
No. Yes, sir.
I'm a homebody, but I'm not lazy.
He won't peel. He doesn't want to peel shrimp to eat them.
Oh, he doesn't want to peel.
No.
Well, yeah,
no.
I can understand that. I mean, I've done it many a time, but.
And once again, if I'm gonna peel them, I'm gonna batter them and fry them.
Yes,
Lord of mercy.
either that.
So that's kind of where I'm at with that. If I'm gonna go through that trouble, I'm gonna eat fried shrimp, not boiled shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will eat a shrimp cocktail where somebody else has peeled the shrimp. I don't mind that.
I'm right there with you. What time's lunch?
Yeah.
Oh my God! So I got to take the two of you to lunch, and I got to peel your damn shrimp for you. Is that what you're saying?
You know, peel it.
Well, I don't like them if you peel them in front of me now.
Devein it too.
You want me to stay in the kitchen where I belong?
Yeah. Well, I just don't like to watch them be peeled either. Yeah. Hey, I heard y'all talking about that Plattner guy just a second ago.
That's what we want you to run. We want you to take his place.
I heard that a second woman came forward.
Yes, she did.
But there's like two of them out there now.
Yes.
That's problematic.
It's problematic.
Whether he did it or not. Yeah, whether he did it or not, that's problematic.
But why didn't they bring charges? Why did they wait for this
That's
time?
the problem
That's the only thing that bothers me.
I question their motivations, but I don't necessarily question the validity.
Oh, I don't question the validity at all. Okay.
I mean, some of them may be doing it because now somebody's offering some money. All of a sudden, there's some embarrassing things about me I'll probably never tell you unless you write me a check, and then I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Even if you have to make it up, right?
I don't have to make it up. I've got plenty of stories I could tell that I don't want to tell, but it's funny how a big old check can loosen somebody's lips up real quick, and make them, want to come forward. But on the other hand, I was going to say the person that he beat in the primary is the actual sitting governor. She's the sitting governor of Maine.
Yep.
And so she's already won a statewide election. I'll be interested to see which direction they go. But I could.
That's the direction I would go.
Yeah, I'm surprised he beat her. But in Maine, they're real middle of the road kind of people. It seems like to me. So Susan Collin ain't a far right Republican.
Oh, not
she's
at all.
A very moderate Republican, and she's won pretty consistently over the last few elections. And decisively.
Let's go to that case for him for just a second. I waiting until now to say something about it. I don't like it. Don't like the way it went down. The one thing that bothered me is when her new boyfriend verified what she said about this dude, and that she told him. She tells a new boyfriend what this guy had done to her, but she doesn't tell the police or anybody else. She tells why wouldn't a world, I just can't see a woman, telling a new boyfriend that this what went down.
I fully understand what you're saying, but it sounds like what's happening is it's causing you to ask questions. And me personally, I don't like to really form an opinion unless I'm sitting on that jury panel and I get to hear all the evidence.
That's why I'm asking the questions.
Right. And I do the same thing. It makes me ask questions about it, why this or why that, but I can't really draw any conclusions from that. It does raise flags, I would say. But
Well, see,
it in no way makes me able to draw a conclusion that she's not telling the truth. So I just kind of back away from it a little bit and say, I don't know. That's a mess. That he's got to deal with now.
Here, the situation is, I can't form an opinion as to his guilt of the allegations that have been made against him either.
Correct.
Because I cannot I'm not able to ask these questions. So I cannot form an opinion of his guilt.
Right. To me, it's like Schrodinger's cat. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that philosophy or not, but he basically said that the cat is alive and, that nobody's looked in the box yet. So, there's been a claim, but there's, nothing that really substantiates it one way or the other. So I don't even really, like I say, that's more for courts and juries to decide, to get to hear everything, and on both sides. And for me, being a media consumer, I'm probably never going to hear both sides' complete story.
No, we won't.
Yeah. I take it all with a grain of salt.
And by the time we get it online, which is the only place we'll get it in the future, because it's not going to be a headline-making story anytime very soon. It's just going to disappear. And then we will finally hear the follow-ups. But will we ever get it? We will get a filtered version of whatever the truth is. That's what bothers me.
Well, and I mean, we always have.
Yeah, but we will get a much more because it won't be challenged. Somebody can put out a story and go unchallenged.
Right.
Yeah, we were more confident in our media back then, but we were still filtered. Yeah, it was still filtered. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out up there. And he was kind of a right-leaning Democrat. He wasn't what you would consider your liberal Democrat. At least I wouldn't.
He was trying to go up against with Collins, and that's the reason they could go up against Collins. She leaned too much to the left as far as the Republicans are concerned. She wasn't hard right enough, and he was leaning hard right as far as the Democrats are concerned, which made him a viable candidate to beat her.
That was the odd thing, and that's kind of the dynamic I see a lot of times, that I think people get in this tribalism type thing, where it's us against them. But he was more of a conservative than she was. In this scenario, she's the more liberal, he's the more conservative. That was a weird dynamic for him to be reversed.
I knew two 7th District congressmen relatively well, because I used to have a cover them when I was in that thing called the media. I used to cover them, and they were both heavily big-time Democrats, but they were both leaning much further to the right, much more conservative than so many Republicans that I know in the House of Representatives that I have known in the House of Representatives. They were distinctively right-leaning.
I'm sure you probably remember the Dixie Democrats.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what it was. The Democrat Party used to rule, but it was not the Democrat Party that is ruling today.
That's something I think I've observed, at least through history, that who can call herself a Democrat or Republican kind of is fluid.
Yes, it is.
Conservative and liberals.
There you go.
And what they call themselves, is fluid. From one century to the next, even.
What was interesting to me is like in the porn laws, for instance, in North Carolina, actually the way it's listed for display of items in adult bookstores and adult things and adult this, it depends upon as the law was written and adopted, it depends upon what the standards are of the community where the event, offense, or whatever is taking place, as to whether there will be prosecution or not. What offends the people in a conservative area might not offend the people in a liberal area. And that's the way the DAs, the local DAs, had to enforce those laws. Now you want to know fluid? That's confusing.
Yeah, lewd and obscene behavior.
Lewd and obscene. What does
it mean in your town?
And that literally is what they said. What does that mean in New Hanover County as opposed to Mecklenburg County?
Yeah. Or city versus rural. Even that.
Yep. Yeah. When you got in almost all, which New Hanover County became almost all city, you get out of one town limits, you're in another before you can get away. It's a municipality now from one end to the other.
I'll give you a funny example. In New York City, a guy can walk around with a cowboy hat and his underwear playing guitar and singing. But if I tried it in Charlottesville, somebody's going to have something to say about it.
I saw that. I've got pictures of the singing cowboy. Okay?
Hello, Mayor.
2002, when I was there, a year after 9/11, I was eating at the corner. He was out there in the street in his underwear, his cowboy boots, and his cowboy hat, and a guitar, and he was plugging away. I walked out to get pictures. I did, and one woman says, "Can I put they was taking tips. Can I put my money in your underwear?" He said, "No, ma'am, no room. Put it in the boot."
Oh my God!
I mean, it's not the first time he had been asked that question.
Steve,
I'm
question
sure
real
if I
quick.
tried that around here, they tell me I can go to New York, but I got to go somewhere.
You're going to jail.
Steve, are you playing anywhere Saturday night?
I'm playing at the Bite in Atlantic Beach on the rooftop if it's not raining.
All right. I was asking because 34 North was looking for somebody for Saturday.
I play this Sunday, so I'm already on the bill this weekend.
All right. Just wanted to let you.
And I might. Sometimes they only call me and let me pull a double shift.
Well, if it looks like it's going to rain, you might get a
You might get that chance.
If it rains, I might call them up and see if they let me slide through there twice this weekend.
Why not?
Right.
You just leave your gear
We've done
set
it
up.
before.
Yeah, they were looking yesterday because the one they had booked had
Double booked it.
had double booked.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They worked with the
I thought
airlines.
about you.
Yeah, they got two bands on Friday night because that's what he did. He booked two for Friday night and missed Saturday night.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's...
All right, Steve.
So he's going to have both of them on Friday. So, yeah. He's usually pretty good about keeping his word. So.
Well, you have a great weekend. If anything hot happens,
You too, guys.
send me a message.
Have a blessed weekend.
You too.
Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we come to the end of another work week. We'll be back
Yay.
tomorrow morning. We
No, we won't.
got a special we're running tomorrow.
No, we're not.
Come on down. Come on down.
We have
wanna
a
hear from
meeting
you.
tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we got a meeting tomorrow. We'll be here after the meeting tomorrow.
No, we won't.
Okay, we won't. We'll see you on Monday morning.
That's right.
Have a great weekend. We got anybody scheduled yet for Monday? You're working on it.
I'm working on a full week of people.
I want to judge. in here. I'm
You're going
knocking
to
the
judge.
doors. I'm going to hold
You're
him
going to
captive.
judge.
I'm going to hold him captive. No, we do. But I have some questions, and I have some what
Lots of
ifs.
questions.
And
you know,
they're very responsive. The good judges are very responsive, and they will tell me why my ideas suck, and that's what I want to hear.
well, it's and a lot of people, and I saw the judge that I hope to have in here make a post on social media a couple of weeks ago, like, y'all are blaming judges and court systems and blah 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 blah
Those
blah,
are guilty.
and magistrates and on sentencing, on bonds.
They're
But
guilty.
this is the way it works, and he put a lot of stuff out there which made so much sense. But I would really like to. It's just like, if it's true about this
21
woman
times.
who was arrested in 2019 and
21 times. She's been
23
to-
motions to postpone.
23 motions to postpone.
I'd like to know why.
What kind of excuses can you have? You don't have but 10 toes with ingrown toenails. I don't care how you don't have but so many grandparents that can die.
And the thing that bothers me, these are felony charges. These are not misdemeanor. These are felony charges.
The thing that bothers me is they will end up trying to let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Joanna, the DA and I, we're really close here on putting this thing to rest. Would you? We're
Well,
really close.
After 6 years, let's
they're
make a
they're
deal.
whittling it down, whittling down. No. Let's go back to square one. Maximum time, 40 years.
I'm just saying,
Guilty or not?
we've been through this for 6 years now.
You've
She's
had
going to
6.
turn around and say, I wasn't given the right to fast track.
No, they can't do that unless the district attorney is calling for the continuances.
Yeah.
Okay, we will see you on Monday morning. Have
We
a
will.
great weekend. Hope for the rain. Join Carol, Lee, me, my wife, all outside dancing,
No,
rain dancing.
mm-mm.
We'll dance until it starts to rain.
I got to go home and weed eat my front yard.
Got it. See you Monday morning, y'all. Have
Bye.
a safe
Have
weekend.
a safe weekend.
Be good. Bye.